world was being watched keenly and closely by intelligences greater than man's. Yet across the gulf of space, intellects vast and cool and unsympathetic regarded this earth with envious eyes and slowly and surely drew their plans against us.
The telescope was pointed high. A spark of red in the velvet sky. Ojali saw at first a puff of flame, a jet of gas without a name. 100 million miles away, the red world plotted for our decay. The chances of anything coming from Mars are 1,000,000 to 1, they said, but still they come. Still they come.
Then came the night of the first falling star. It was seen early in the morning, rushing over Winchester eastwards. A line of flame high in the atmosphere. It struck the earth with a giant thud, and the silence of the night was broken forever! The chances of anything coming from Mars are 1,000,000 to 1, but still they come.
The first cylinder landed on Horsell Common. It lay there buried in the sand, a giant dead thing. But then, the end began to rotate, slowly, methodically. The crowd drew back. The air grew cold. rounded bulk, the size, perhaps, of an elephant, rose slowly and painfully out of the cylinder. As it bulged up and caught the light, it glistened like wet leather. Two large, dark-colored eyes were regarding me steadfastly.
I fell into a ditch as the heat ray swung toward the town. Everything was fire. Everything was death. Then, out of the smoke, I met the soldier.
I watch the horizon for Carrie, my love. But the world was moving south, a river of refugees fleeing the black smoke. The fields were empty, the houses silent. I was alone in the changing season, stranger in my own land. The summer sun is losing heat, the golden leaves fall at my feet, the birds are gonna find the sun. The war of worlds has just begun. A mist is rising from the stream, the end of every human dream. And I miss you like the flowers miss the rain. In a world that's gone insane, I'm calling out your name, for you are gone, and forever autumn's here. I look for you in every face, in every cold and empty place. The sky is gray, the wind is chill, the giants wait beyond the hill. But autumn's here to stay, and the light is fading away. And I miss you like the flowers miss the rain. In a world that's gone insane, I'm calling out your
By the tolling of the bell, the steamer moved into the fog. 6 tripods stood upon the shore, blocking the path to the sea. They were massive, wading through the water like gods of iron. But then, from the mist came the ironclad, the Thunder Giant!
set, the
oceans were not just killing us, they were changing us, changing our world into theirs. Across the ruins of our civilization, a new life began to spread, a strange, alien vegetation.
Choking the earth, drinking the dew. It climbs the walls, it chokes the trees, it brings the planet to its knees. A scarlet carpet, wet and cold, a story never to be told.
For a time, the fighting stopped. The victory was complete. We were no longer the masters of our own destiny. We were the cattle kept in pens, waiting for the harvest.
They build their cages in the sky.
city at dawn, London, the heart of the empire, was a graveyard. The black smoke had cleared, leaving only the silence. The greatest city in the world was dead.
Empty streets and broken glass, where the ghosts of millions pass. The great North Road is lined with bone. I walk this valley all alone. No smoke from chimneys, no sound of life, only the edge of the Martian knife. Ula, ula. A cry so thin, the ending of the Martian sin. The lonely sound of giants falling to the
I climbed the hill to the giant machine. It stood there, motionless. And then I saw it. A piece of red weed hanging from its jaw! The pilot was dead! They were all dead.
I found shelter in a ruined church with the parson and his wife, Beth. He had lost his mind. He saw the Martians as God's chosen demons, sent to purge the earth.
The end is here. The demons rise. Fire and brimstone from the skies. We have sinned. We have failed. The gates of hell have been unsealed.
No, Nathaniel, keep your head. The living must outlast the dead. There is a spark within the soul that the monsters can't control.
The spirit of man
But the end did not come from man. It came from the humblest things that God, in his wisdom, has put upon this earth: bacteria. The Martians had no immunity. They were slain by the microbes they had overlooked.
The giants fall, the tripods rust, the Martian dreams have turned to dust. We take the world back piece by piece as the sounds of war finally cease. The bells are ringing in the town. The red wheat starts to wither down. The earth is ours, the sky is clear, but still we look to the stars in fear. The price of peace is a heavy log at the end of the Martian road.
The chances of them coming back are still 1,000,000 to 1. But now, we are no longer complacent. We look at the red planet with new eyes. We are watching.